Hello everybody, good afternoon. James here for Revolving Productions. And so I wanted to tap in with you guys, touch base, and I want to start trying to do this like story time series. I've lived here in Los Angeles for about the last 3.5 years. It's 2023 now. I moved here at the end of 2019, and I've had some pretty fortunate occurrences of basically the people that I've came across, the work situations that I've been involved in and stuff like that. And so I wanted to share these stories in hopes of, hopefully inspiring and motivating some young filmmakers out there who feel like it might be impossible to get in touch with some of these big rappers and celebrities and stuff like that. I've been over to Machine Gun Kelly's house a couple of times. I've been to Scott Storch's house in the studio filming rappers with him, and that's just a couple of the things that have occurred in my time of being able to be out here. So without further ado, here goes story time. Alright, so with this story time, I wanted to share how I was able to shoot for the game after only living in Los Angeles for 2 weeks. I was literally out here for 2 weeks living. I had an Airbnb and then I had a hotel. I didn't even have an apartment at the time. So I knew when I moved out here that I just wanted to work, I wanted to grind, I wanted to see how many different people I could, work for and interact with and stuff like that. And so, excuse me. Basically how it happened is that I was riding around one day trying to get rid of some miscellaneous stuff, just like household items, and I had the urge to listen to that song My Life with The Game and Lil Wayne. And then when I pulled up YouTube on my phone, it said that there was a show coming up like within the next couple days, and I'm like, maybe I should try DMing The Game on Instagram. Bro had 12 million followers at the time. Again, this was at the end of 2019. And so I kept it relatively brief and basically was like, hey, my name's James, I shoot photo, video, I would love to shoot for your upcoming show that you have. I think it was called like West Coast Legends. It was kind of far south, like maybe 45 minutes to an hour away from LA, but there was a lot of other people there, like Snoop Dogg was there, Adam 22 from No Jumper, like a bunch of other people performing. It wasn't just a Game concert. And so I sent that message on a Friday. Fast forward like a couple days after that, and I got a reply back, and it was basically like, yeah, hit my bro Jamil, and he sent me his app. So I messaged him, and then he basically told me to meet him at one location, and then he said that we would ride to the show together. And I'm like, okay, cool. So the time comes around, and keep in mind that we were supposed to meet maybe like a few hours before the show, right? He sends me this location. So I go there at the time and place that he tells me on where to go. I'm hitting him up. I think he had DM'd me his phone number, so I had texted him, hey bro, I'm here. Let a little time go by. Tried calling him and didn't receive an answer. And I'm like, damn bro, I don't know what to do. So I ended up hitting up my bro Josh. And he's like, yo, you in Compton, bro? He's like wigging out and all this shit. I'm like, no, like I'd be safe if that was the scenario. I think it was like in K-Town or something like that, the meeting place. It was outside some like apartments or whatever. But anyway, I thought to myself, I could either just leave and go back and like not go to the show, or I could try just showing up at the venue, because I did know where the venue and where the concert was being held. So I get there, and they have like all these security checkpoints just because of kind of how profile is. I mean, Snoop Dogg was there and all the other people and stuff. And so I'm like talking to the guy, trying to like tell him like, hey, I'm supposed to shoot here. And then like kind of a long time goes by, like an hour and a half, something like that. And I'm like, fuck, bro. I'm like, should I leave? I'm like, no, like, let me stay. And then I was thinking to myself, I don't want to bother the Game. I was like, let me just try hitting him back up. And I basically sent him a really simple message. That's like one of the big things I've learned, is when you're interacting with these people, you don't want to complicate things with all this information and all these sentences and all this extra stuff. Just keep it simple and keep it to the point. And I think I said something along the lines of, I'm here, Jamil's not answering, I'm at the gate. And then I received, and there was a couple of messages back and forth. I can't remember exactly what it was. I'll try to see if I can put some screenshots up on the thing. I had a couple responses. He's like, wait for the gate, or he's like, wait at the gate, like you'll see my black truck. So then finally, after waiting like another 30 minutes, at this point I've been at the security for like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, I don't know exactly how long, kind of a long time. And I see this big black SUV roll up, and then they're like, and then I see this huge like bodyguard dude, like 6'6" or whatever, like 200-300 pounds, whatever, walk up. He's like, give me your ID. I'm like, all right, cool, here you go, bro. So then they take my ID back to their tour bus. They're looking at me, looking at the ID, looking at me, looking at the ID. And then after like a couple minutes or whatever, they flagged me over, and I freaking, bro, I'll never forget it. I walk on the bus, and all the way in the back is the game, and then there's all these other people, and they're like, have a seat, bro. It's like, yo, what's good? Just do a little head nod or whatever. It was a pretty dope circumstance, man. And then basically, fast forward, I met Adam 22 that night. I was there when Snoop Dogg walked out of his dressing room. Freaking a bunch of other people were there. We go through all the security checkpoints. I shoot the show. I did photo, video. I get back home around 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I stay up until probably 5 or 6 a.m. putting together a little edit, like a little 1 minute, 1.5 minute edit. And then immediately as I'm done, even before I go to bed, I send it back to the game. So yeah, the point that I'm trying to make here is that if you keep it simple, work hard, you know, don't bring too much information into it. There's so many things that you're able to achieve. My bad. So yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is work hard, you know, be cool, don't bother people with too much information, follow your gut, you know, at any point in time you can go home and call it a day, but just focus, think of what you can do, and you can achieve lots of things. Like, I barely knew anybody, and I sent a message to a really famous rapper who's been in the game for a long time, and through that I was able to have one of the best nights of my life, being able to go there, you know what I'm saying, photograph and film the event and everything like that. So yeah, I think that's gonna wrap it up for story time today. Peace and love. Hopefully you guys found this useful, and I will see you guys on the next one.